Hey guys, welcome back. We're with the great local indie band, and we want to talk more about their. We've talked about their songwriting. We've gone through and sort of had a rough intro to where the boys have come from. But let's go through specifically and talk about their names, where they're from, and also what they do in the band. We'll go from this end to this end.
My name's Tyler Grooms. I'm the lead singer, rhythm guitarist for Static Revival. And
where are you hailing from originally, mate?
West Tennessee.
West Tennessee,
Yeah,
like
I came
it.
right on the Mississippi River.
Beautiful.
I'm John. I'm John Mann. I'm the drummer, and I'm from Hendersonville, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville.
Awesome.
I'm Drew Aldrich. I play the bass. I'm also from Nashville.
I'm Cody Wilson. I'm lead guitars, and I'm originally from Amarillo, Texas.
Cody being the only outsider we can say so far. But I definitely think I think that Cody brings a really cool element to the band. Not that we all don't, and I've said this before, I just don't want to get beaten up here. But there's just something that happens with the vocals and the lead guitar. I just don't know. There's like these licks that kind of just run near them and around them sometimes that kind of really, and I think that's what I was talking about in the first segment, how there just seems to be this really delicate push, even though it is rock music, but just vocally, and those licks that run around that the vocals are just brilliant. I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. Let's talk about a little bit more in depth, Gilding the Lily, which is the 6-song EP, as mentioned, available on their website. So make sure you go and get some. And they've also got a bunch of t-shirts and stuff too, which you can also grab. Let's talk about where you recorded it first and foremost.
Okay. Yeah, we actually cut Gilding the Lily at House of Blue Studio here in Nashville, right here in the Berry Hill area.
Very cool.
It was an awesome experience. We had, full range of the huge studio. Everything's real cool. They actually brought part of that from Memphis, down the road and set it back up here in Nashville. So there's a little bit of that vibe, and we had several days to just sort of gel out and make that happen.
What about kind of approaching that? Was it nerve-wracking? I mean, where you think, because you go from being, I guess, like great bunch of blokes trying to achieve something as a, as generally as a group, but then all of a sudden, I think that there's kind of a bit of pressure where you go, oh no, we have to decide what songs we're going to do, or these are the songs we're going to do. Sort of let's talk about that process as sort of gearing up to go, and these are the 6 songs, we love them, let's go in and record.
Well, when we decided what songs that we were going to do, it came down to our 6 best, or what we thought our 6 best were at the time, obviously. And there was a lot of pressure, especially in the beginning when we first established, hey, we're going into the studio, we're going to record these songs, we're on this time budget, we can only be in here for so long, so we had to take the initiative ourselves to break down each of the 6 songs that are on the EP and make them as perfect as possible to do live, because that's where you get the most emotion or vibe, soul out of your music, out of a recording, is when you record it live.
So, was that first time recording for, obviously as a band, but was there anyone who hadn't been in a recording studio before and experienced this through the headphones of having to stay in time and everything? Or had you all sort of had something to do with that?
No, we've all done recordings and recorded EPs ourselves in our little practice rehearsal room in a little storage unit, actually. And we kind of did that on our own out of a little 2-track recorder. But for us going into the studio, there was several months of preparation and really breaking down and looking at the songs and maybe like slowing the tempos down. And we got used to playing with a click track and kind of being prepared for that consistency in the studio. And ultimately, coming through all of that experience in the first EP in a professional studio, it ultimately made us hear things differently and have a little bit more mature and ear and approach to things.
Yeah, you don't really realize, you have kind of 2 different versions. You're playing the live version, you could have played it 30 different shows, right? And you think you've got it down, but it's not until those headphones come down and you've got to hear it completely analyzed right on the click with the other, and you hear, oh, here's a little movement that needed to be different.
I think recording makes musicians so much better. I mean, it's great to be a live band and to be able to be an accomplished enough band to translate that live into that recording studio. It can be so difficult.
Right.
A lot of bands sort of get to that stage, hit the recording studio and flatten out, and then just think, that's not how we sound live, but it is how you sound live. It's just that you've got all these emotions caught up in playing the instruments and the feedback from the audience and what's happening. What about selection of producer?
We had an opportunity to work with a guy here in town named Ronnie Thomas, and through a guy that is taking a lot of interest in the band and helping us out and getting started, and kind of took over a management position for us and introduced us to this guy. And he's worked on a lot of notable stuff and really had a good ear for us, and came to our rehearsals that we did before going into the studio, and basically kind of helped us break down things and go, maybe right here let's try this, and and then we do it and go, that feels a lot better, So it's it was a good experience because he helped us hear things that we didn't on our own necessarily notice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's it's like someone painting their own picture and then sort of being able to stand back and looking at it objectively, or having someone else come in and say, I think we might do this or might do that. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but it's real nice to hear those other trusted opinions to sort of get to that common goal. One thing I want to touch about, which is their website, which you guys have to go and have a look at. They're really good on social media. They haven't got nearly as much likes on Facebook as I think that they should have, so you need to go and like them. You also need to tell all your friends to like them and share them around Facebook to sort of build some profile up so these guys can talk back to you via Facebook. But back to their website, it's really cool, really easy to navigate around, but you've got a section about philosophy, which I kind of liked, and it was, well, only reason is because, band websites, you look through and you think, okay, they're trying to sell me something, I want to see videos, I want to see this, I want to see that. It was a point of difference, which I really liked. And so how did that come about? I understand, we've talked about this is the band's philosophy and how they want to be seen to the world, but that's a little funky section that I think was worth mentioning.
I think it's cool. On the one hand, it was kind of an easy thing to put in place because we all have different philosophical elements. And Cody and Drew both write a lot as well, and so we kind of wanted an outlet where we could put some of those things, just sort of anything, and and we wanted to kind of show people some of the things that we've found along our own journey, in life. And so that is a place where instead of just a regular, normal blog, hey, we're doing this tonight or whatever, it's a section where you can kind of see some of the things that we think and we feel and are behind, some of the songs that we create. So
I love that. I think it's really cool. It's a really great way to know the band too, and to sort of get an insight into who they are and kind of what their music is about. Obviously, the first time you listen to bands, you tend not to get all the lyric, but if you go and check out their website, you'll get a real feel for where these guys' hearts and minds are at. And the great thing is they're not trying to bash anything in your ear. It's kind of stuff that we've all felt and all feel, and that's very much the way that their content, their lyric content in their song is driven as well. We've loved having you guys on the show. Thank you so much. Let's just run through some dates. So guys, September 12th, they're going to be at 5 Spot in East Nashi. September 14th, Preservation Pub in Knoxville. September 20, Buckets Pub and Grub in Dyersburg, Tennessee, where I bought my 72 Chevelle. What a town. And October 4th at Music in the Middle Festival, Woodbury, Tennessee. I think it's Woodbury, Tennessee. So they're all over the place. Once again, they're on Instagram, they're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, so you have to like them. Share this interview around. The boys have played their asses off today, which we absolutely love. Check out their website, buy some merch, and buy their EP, Gilding the Lily. We've loved having you guys on. Thanks so much.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see you guys next time on Emerging Artists.
Thank you.
thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're Static Revival from Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you for being you. The song is called The Key.
how he made it through those years. He'd been to hell and back and forth again a few times, but he'd come along just fine. 'Cause when he wondered, will I make it through it this time? Well, he just simply changed his mind. What if the key to having everything you wanted, wanting the things that you got? What if I said your life would start changing if you just change how you thought? About the way that you've been thinking, well, I think you'll find it out. For all the worry and the where we are still where you worrying you would be all alone. The only difference in your dreams and your nightmares is how you choose to see them through. The future's nothing but the things that you imagine. What you see is up